want you guys to be able to hear. Let's see here. I got to take off the do not. I guess I should leave the do not disturb part on, right? All right. Today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, this is Sandra Ayan, your home care provider. On Wednesdays, we have a street sweeper, okay, on the opposite side where I live, um, which is cool. I don't care. Um, I just found out that you will not be giving a ticket if you have a handicap plate on your car, which is awesome because I got a lot of them, right? But right now I only have one handicap plate for one car. And in the city of Long Beach, they will not give you a ticket. So that's cool. Oh, let me close this up. So while I was waiting for the street sweeper to pass by, I got a phone call. And the phone call that I got was from a bill collector. Now, I already know how bill collectors function. The process of a bill collector, I know it. Well, with that said, my question was, this is not my bill. This is John's credit card. That's his credit card bill. Let me close the van. So I had to think. I had to ask questions, and I told the young lady, I said, I have a question. I said, whatever information you give me, trust and believe that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share it with other people, because I want my people to learn what happens in a situation like the one I'm in. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, I took care of John for 3 years, okay? And out of the 3 years that I took care of John, I was the only one there, along with my son and one of my girls that helped me take care of him. Okay, where am I? I should sit down. I think I'll sit down in the van because I need to talk to you guys. I should probably put on my makeup. So I gotta put gas in the Nova that I got on sale. Both of John's family boys, his boys, passed away serving the country. And he has no family. He has grandchildren, but they're minors. Yeah, I think I'll put on my makeup. And I had power of attorney for him. So when this young lady called me, she said to me, I am calling in regards to John's estate. That's how she said it. Now I know, let me sit here. I know that John didn't have an estate, okay? Let me open these windows. John didn't have anything but bills, okay? This particular card, he owed, because he's passed. Sorry, I was trying to sit down properly. Okay, thank you. He owed $5,000. So these are the questions I made. No one does anything for nothing. Someone always is looking for something to do, something to gain. I said to her, okay, I understand he owes you guys money. I have a few questions for you. One of them is, am I responsible for paying the money that he owes? Because I am the power of attorney. She said, no. I said, I'm not family. Says, are you responsible? Am I responsible for paying the debt? Buenos dias. So she said, no, you're not. He says, we're reaching out to family members to see if they will make a payment for this debt. I said, well, his sons are gone, and the only one is his ex-wife, and he has some grandchildren, but they're minors, so I don't know. I said, am I responsible for paying the debt, being that I'm power of attorney? And she said, no, you're not. I said, I'm not family. She said, well, how long did you work for him? I said, about 3 years, a little more. And I'm the one that found him. And here's my question. I've had several calls that have been made to me, and I want to know, and I will pay the $5,000 that he owes if you can add me on to his card. Because if you add me onto his card, then I'll go ahead and pay the $5,000 that he owes, if that will help me better my credit. I will assume that $5,000 responsibility if that will help me better my credit. My credit score right now is like 530, okay? I don't have the best credit score. Okay. It's my baby crying. I cut her hair too. Go. And she can't see and she can't hear, and she's just too damn old. So now, and she's too fat to get through the door. So let's see if she stops crying. Anyways. So I said, is that possible? Can we do that? Can I go ahead and pay his credit card bill, assume the responsibility and pay his credit card bill, and better my score? She says, no. She says, you can't do it. Oh, that hair feels good. She says, no, you can't do it because the card's already been closed for non-payment. I said, okay. I said, can I make, I can't be added on. I said, can I make a payment towards it? Uh-oh. She said, you can make a payment towards it. I said, am I obligated to make a payment towards it? She said, no, you have no obligation. It is not your responsibility to pay this debt. So no, you don't have to. And I said, okay, well, being that I don't have to pay the debt, and being that I can't be added on, assuming the debt to where I would benefit by fixing my credit score, then is there anything else that I can do? She said, you can apply. You can apply to receive, to see if you qualify. I said, well, my credit score is 530. I go, you think they're going to approve me? I have 2 secure cards at $300 a card. Secure cards are when you go to the bank and you ask them, hey, can you guys give me a chance and let me apply for a card? I'll give you guys $300, and I can't go over the $300 because that's my limit. So that's one of the ways that I've tried to make my credit score better. Do not disturb button. Let me decline this and I'll call her back. That kind of puts my mind at ease, because that means that I don't have to pay the debt, which I would be more than happy to pay the debt. And then I got a little emotional because I said to her, I said, well, how did you get my number? And she said, oh, well, we were reaching out to the family And the lady answered, and she said, this is the person that he was with when he passed away. Call her. Well, the person they reached out to, because remember, it's family, was his ex-wife, and his ex-wife went ahead and gave them my phone number, which is all fine and dandy. I don't care. Like I told her, I said, you know, I would be more than happy to pay what he owes. If that would give him back to me, I would be more than happy to pay. But I find it rather funny that I was the only one helping him. I was the only one providing for 3 years. You know, very rarely did they come across, hey, how you doing? You know, once every 2 months they would come and say hi. You know, the other one was just coming and smoking pot in his house and drinking. That's all he did. That was one of his friends, the one that called the cops on me. I find it rather funny that now they didn't help me take care of him, and now they want to drown me even more in debt, which is great because I don't care. But if I can switch everything that I have in order to get back, I would say, you know what, here you go. This young lady said to me, you know what, in all the years that I've worked for this company, I've never talked to someone that is so nice, that is so positive, that is so optimistic, that is so happy, and I am so sorry for your loss. I said, you know, yesterday 3.3 million people died from COVID. 3.3 million. At least that's what I caught on the while Chuck was watching TV. I said, life is so much more precious than money. I watched a show, and I explained this to my son, and I said to him, there's a show that it's called People of Interest. It's really good. It's on Netflix. I really like the guy. He's on top of being handsome, he's they're very good players, the girls and everybody. And I'm a hard girl, you know, I could probably see myself doing that kind of stuff. But this is the example I'm going to give you guys. And it reminds me a lot of how precious life really, really is, because sometimes we take things for granted and then they're gone. And when they're gone, we could never get them back. So there's one episode in this particular show that a billionaire poisons a doctor, and the doctor that is now poisoned only has 24 hours to live, because the poison that he ingested, I want to say, is plutonium that they use in the army, at least from what I gathered in the show. It only allows you to live for 24 hours. So just to make this long story short, in the end, he finds out who poisoned him, and he's sitting across the doctor that is poisoned is sitting across the billionaire, and the doctor is explaining to him how the poison works, and the billionaire is like, oh, okay, whatever. Well, that's too bad for you. He says, you know, the first signs of being poisoned is a bloody nose. And the billionaire goes, well, I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. So the doctor looks, then the billionaire touches his nose. He feels something coming down, and he touches his nose, and it's blood. The doctor poisoned the billionaire as he was sitting there talking to him with his own poison. So the billionaire grabs a tissue and he cleans it off or something like that, and then the doctor looks at him and says, okay. He says, well, now that you know how the poison works, he says, now you have to deal with it. He says, you are worth $9 billion. But you only have 24 hours to spend it. Because now that billionaire is going to go through the process, the poison that he had paid to have the doctor be poisoned. Sometimes money, you guys, money is not everything. Money is not everything. And when this bill collector called me, I was a little leery in answering, because I still have John's phone and I'm paying for it. And I keep it because I can call his phone and I can hear his voice. But it's funny how people will look at the money before they look at the person. I told the girl, I said, you know what? I'm sitting here with 8 cars. I would give all of them to get John back. So much for putting on makeup, huh? I miss my John. I miss my Rosemary. In September, it'll be a whole year that Rosemary's been gone. And I could never get them back. So, the way I look at it, is we need to take care of ourselves, and we need to take care of the people that we're with, and we need to value the right things. We need to value the right things. Because it's not, we're not going to have it back. We can't get it back. And I told one of my girlfriends, I said, you know, this little girl that I love, she was helping me a lot, you know, with Chuck. I said to her, you know what, sweetheart, when everyone, you do the right thing. Do the right thing. Even if every finger is being pointed at you, you do the right thing. Do the right thing, and your head is always going to be held up high. Always. Always held up here. Because there's only one judge, and that's God. He's judging you. You know, your conscience is clean, and that's all that matters. So this probably will not be the last bill collector that calls me. And the only thing that bill collector brings back to me is not, oh my God, I have to pay this. No, I don't have to. I'm not responsible to pay John's past due, you know, credit cards, which he had a lot of them. He was probably in debt. I want to say, from remembering, maybe about 10 grand is what he was in debt. And because I had power of attorney, I thought I was responsible for that. I'm still waiting for the cremation place to call me after I sent them the power of attorney, the durable power of attorney, if they're going to give me the remains. I'm still waiting. So the only reason I want him is because I know John's wishes. I know what he wanted. And I doubt that anybody else does, because nobody was there. Nobody asked these questions. My son knows. Anna knows. Chuck knows. I know. And that's the only reason why I'm like, please give him to me, because I know what he wanted. So I'm waiting. They haven't cremated him yet, you guys. He died March 2nd. And it is now the middle of July. Okay? They haven't cremated him. Why? Because I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. So when a deputy director from the Los Angeles County called me and said to me, Miss Ayon, and I was like, yeah, here, let me send you a copy of the durable power of attorney. Please give me a call back. Of course, everybody's working from home, so they're not working in their offices, which is another reason why the county isn't calling us back, because we think we're calling them the phone in the office is ringing, but they're not working. A lot of them, from what I heard, are not working from home. Are not working from the office. They're working from home because no one's going to the office, or some of them are, not all of them. I don't know. But they're not returning phone calls. So as of now, John is still not cremated. He's been sitting in a morgue for what, 4 months? So I wanted to tell you guys, because you need to know, if you have power of attorney for whoever you have taken care of, that you assume responsibility, just remember that you're not responsible for it. And according to this young lady, and I'll learn if something otherwise comes up, I'll learn, and I'll let you guys know if there's anything different, you know. But I wanted to share this with you guys. Today is the 15th of July. We just San Bernardino got a raise. Stanislaus got a raise. There's one below Stanislaus. LA County got a raise. And there's one more that got a raise. I can't remember. So those were the only counties that got raises. Yeah, Vicky, LA County we're now making $14 an hour. Yep. So today is also the 15th of July, which means the extension for your taxes. We have until today to do taxes. So as soon as I get done, well, actually I'm done because the street sweeper already passed by. As soon as I'm done here putting on my makeup, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to do my taxes because I haven't done them. Now, here's one of the things I'm going to do with my taxes. Chuck is my employer. I work for Chuck. But Chuck is also my dependent because Chuck depends on me. So when I do my taxes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put Chuck as my employer because I have his W-2 for last year. And then I'm also going to put Chuck as a dependent. Now, there's a website on Facebook. There's several websites on Facebook, you guys. And I just realized it's getting hot in here, but that's not what I realized. This is the gardeners we're talking. I just realized that I don't know everything. Okay. Why? Because I've been paying attention to this website, and questions that I can answer, I go ahead and I answer them. Because there's a lot of people that don't know how the system works. I don't do it for them to go look at my YouTube channel and give me more views. But if you run across a name, you can go onto my channel and look for a certain topic, you know, through, yeah, it's white. It's like a lash enhancer. It provides fibers. You can go on to my YouTube channel and find out different information on different stuff. And I just found out, so I answer questions from certain people that I know the answer and I know exactly how it functions so that I can help them. And I've come across some people that do not like what I'm saying, even though it's the truth. But I do apologize, and I try to remain humble, and I try to tell them, you know what, I'm just here to help. Whatever I can do, I'll do it. I just found out I don't know everything about taxes, you guys. So what I'm going to do, what I say is what I do. Okay. So I'm going to personally go in there, do my taxes today. despite the fact that the government is telling me that the IRS is telling me that I owe them $5,000 because I have the letter and I haven't paid it because this IHSS program is constantly changing, okay? And I'm going to do my taxes and I'm probably going to get about, I usually get about 79, anywhere between 7 and 8 G's. The lowest I've gotten is like, I think 6 G's, okay? It looks weird, huh? And they're probably going to take that 5 G's out of my taxes, which is fine because I'm going to fight and I'm going to call them, because if there's one thing you don't do is mess with the, if the government owes you money, it's going to take them a long time to pay you, but they're going to pay you. Okay. So I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to do my taxes. And I'm going to see what happens, because I talked to a young man, a client of mine, and I told him, and he says, but Sandra, I couldn't put in my he takes care of his brother. He says, I couldn't put my brother on there because the tax consultant guy said that it wasn't possible, that if I could put him on there, but then I would have to pay up for all his medical costs and this and that. And I told him, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. But you know what he did? I told him, no, you don't have to. And he didn't listen to what I said. So he ended up paying taxes, didn't put his brother on as a dependent. Sweetheart. So he ended up paying taxes. And I told him, you don't have to pay taxes. But you know what? Let me get done with my taxes and you can go back and amend your taxes. Well, on this particular website for IHSS on Facebook, they have information on taxes. They have a hell of a lot more information than I do. Let me put on this other eyebrow because I feel lopsided. So I'm going to do my taxes and I'm going to see what my outcome is. And because these laws are changing, and that's what I'm telling you guys, these laws are changing, I know that I'll get my money back. I know that the government, sorry, we cut off. Especially when it comes to the county, but some don't. Waiting for this thing to connect. So I have to take you guys off of the visor. I think heat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to learn how to do taxes so I can specialize with IHSS providers and see what I can come up with. So what I told this particular man, a client of mine this morning, was that, you know what, I sit on a computer and I study. I read at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll get on Facebook and learn. I said, you're crazy. I'll answer your question right now, Vicky. I know it's like way off topic. I like old cars. So what I do is I get up in the middle of the night and I look at my Facebook. I'll get on the CDSS website. If I can't sleep, sometimes I'll play a game. But my time is precious, you know. And he was a little upset because I said, you know, I gotta raise your rates. But Sandra, no. I think it's only fair that I make 10% and you keep 90. I said, but you know what? I said, if you don't think that it's not fair, you have a choice. You have a choice. But let me tell you before, I said, look at the money that I've made you and how I've taught you to do your timesheets, and try to learn how to do them. But you're actually squeezing the wrong sponge. You shouldn't be squeezing me. You should be squeezing someone else. Because that other someone else is the one that's actually taking advantage of you. But the choice is yours. I've been with you for what? You've been with me for what? 2 years? And I've never failed you. So I'm sorry, but we have to do what we have to do. So and then I told him about the taxes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a course, and I'm gonna have to pay for it, and start trying to do taxes. You know, once I get my license, do taxes for providers, because I'll learn what the laws are, and I'll be a specialized now in taxes for IHSS providers and recipients, and I'll know what. There's always a loop, you guys. There's always a loop to everything. Okay, so let me answer Vicky's question. She's like, off topic, but any recommendations on SUVs or make and models? Got to get a new car. My transmission went out on my Hyundai. Wow, that's a foreign one. I don't know much about vehicles. I have a lot of old ones, Vicky, but I do know that once a car goes over 160,000 miles from all the cars that I have driven, you start having problems with the transmission. I would suggest getting a lower mileage vehicle. Can't recommend Chevy, Ford, Honda. They say Hondas are pretty economical, but I mean, I have a 99 Nissan. This is what I'm sitting on right now. Good morning. But something with low mileage. And you know what? Do what I did. Ask the Lord to give you know what, Lord, I need a new car. And He knew that what I meant by a new car was not a new car on the outside, it was a new car in the motor. And He gave it to me. And I only paid $1,200 for that car, too. That's the one that I didn't let the ex boyfriend keep, because I was not going to let another female ride in something I paid for. And I still love him. I love you, James. Um, but yeah, do that. So I am pretty much done with what I'm going to wear today as far as makeup is concerned. I'm going to go did my hair. You guys, I need to redo I just need to touch them up. Did my nails. These are my nails. Look at the bling bling. I love the bling bling on my nails. And I had them black, and I told my boyfriend, I said, like, babe, what color should I paint my nails? But now nail shops, salons, bars, everything's closed again, you guys. So I think I like my nails nice and healthy. I'll try to keep them up, and probably not going to be as long as Chuck's, because Chuck's likes long nails. But anyways, just back to the debt collectors and John's overdue credit card bills. If I know it's not right, but it is right. I'm kind of right in the middle, and I want to, whatever comes towards me, I'll deal with it. But that's what they did this morning, and I was like, oh wow, okay. So you're willing to throw me under the bus, but you're not willing to assume responsibility for your stuff. Now, I'm not the ex-wife. I could have been, but I'm not. I should have, but I'm not. And I don't play like that, so I don't believe in doing things like that. So I just want to tell you guys what I went through. If I come up with another video, I know I had a few videos that I was going to do. I'll put some more up. Please share this. Do look at that Facebook page, especially when it comes to taxes. You never know what you're going to find. They gotta approve you. In a minute, I'm probably gonna get blocked. I don't know, because people don't like me knowing too much, and that's my fault. I just know too much for my own good, and sorry. So let me finish putting gas into my cars and go do some work, I guess. But I'm okay when it comes to numbers. If you guys need my help, my phone number is 562-281-3219. Okay? Call me, text me. I'm going to go empty out my voicemail because it's full. Let me know what I can help you with. Remember, my time is not free, and I have to charge you for my knowledge. The last time it was a young lady that was more than willing to pay me, and I was like, yay. I need to see an incentive on your behalf. I will tell you exactly what's going on, how to do it, how to take care of it, and I'm not going to rush you to talk to me either, unless I have something to do. Okay? So God bless you guys. Keep your head up. Please stay safe. Wear your masks. They're mandatory everywhere now. I'm outside my front house, so look at my babies. They're barking at that girl. Hey, okay, that's enough. Be nice. I know, right? So, those are my babies. They protect me. She's smiling too. She's like, whoa, okay. So, I think I look pretty good. All right. Let me rock and roll. Let me get some of this stuff done. God bless you guys. Take care and stay safe. Don't start horror. Okay, there. Now I can go.